Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
Also, as discussed yesterday, we've completed the entire master data, how to set up the complete subsidiaries chart of accounts, the departments, classes, and locations. So today, we will see the lead to code process. So the initial process, whenever we talk about any process area, any module, then initially this is the one that we actually talk about, which is a lead to code. How a lead is generated within your system and how the lead is being converted to a prospect and a prospect to a customer. So before I get into the system, I want to let you know how exactly things work. There is something called as online customer form. So what this form does is you can actually create an online customer form yourself. You don't need a developer to do that, or you don't need a technical consultant to actually do this. So on an online customer form, you can specify the customer first name, last name, the email address, the city from where they are calling or where they're submitting the tickets. And probably you can also, put in some comments. So on and so forth. So by creating this online customer form, there would be a link that gets generated. This is called an external link. Now this external link can actually be placed on a customer website. Did you say something? No. You joined. Thank you. Thank you for joining. So we are actually looking at the lead to code process. I was explaining that there is something called as an online customer form, which can be created by the functional consultant themselves. We don't need the developers or the technical consultants to actually do this. So we can specify. There are certain things that you can specify on an online customer form, and then external link can be generated. Now this link can be placed on a customer website. Let us say Amazon is your customer. Let us say you're implementing that suite for Amazon. So on the Amazon website, they can actually place a link saying submit a query or product review or anything. You can mask that link and then place it on a website. So when somebody clicks on that link, or when somebody enters their details like the first name, last name, email address, their query about a product, and certain things. So if once they enter and when they click on submit button, then this particular person, whoever is submitting, would actually become a lead in the NetSuite system. So I will show you how that works. So let us get into system, Sari setup. And then you have sales. I think the online customer forms have not been enabled in this instance, or maybe the name of the instance itself is changed. I don't know if it's the same thing that we were working on. Let us see this. So let's get into the enable features. Usually the online customer forms are available under the sales part and under marketing. The online customer form for the marketing is already available, But I think let's get into the sales preferences maybe. The lead conversion itself is not enabled. Let us see. So the lead conversion was not enabled in this instance, or we must have bought in a new instance maybe, and that's the reason we are not able to see this. And I'm enabling certain things here. Give me one moment. We already discussed all these features. What happens when you enable certain features and all? So those are the ones which I'm enabling now, which there is something called as a support as well. So if you see here, this is the support which was not enabled for us earlier. The cases and topics and solutions that we have here, this was not enabled for us. I did that. So if you get into the setup now, there is a lead conversion mapping that you see here. I still don't see the online customer form. One second. There's an online customer form here. This is a lead online says also should support. I think it's in the support maybe. Online case forms. This is what I was looking for. The support was not enabled earlier. So what is a support? When you get onto Amazon or Flipkart or whatever it is, you chat with their customer support. You ask a query about a product. You ask a query about the shipment of a product. Where is my product? I did not receive it. How many days has it been? What is the status of the refund? You want to know about a product. You want to know about a product review. In that cases, you raise a support ticket. So this support ticket is the one that you will be, raising for your customers. And I mean not raising for your customers. Actually, the customers would actually have the support system and in turn their customers. So you are implementing for your customer who is, let us say, your end-to-one diagnostics. So that is your customer, but that diagnostic center will have their own set of customers. And those customers, they might have like 150 or 200 customers for that matter. So those customers need some support from the end-to-one diagnostics. In that case, they actually raise a support ticket. So we will see how these things work. Let's go into the online case form. When you go into the online case form, I can select default form template. I can say that this is an online lead generation form. Or online, let us say case form. So, I can just specify this. And then, if I scroll down, I have my email, I have incoming message, I have the subsidiary and the authority. Likewise, I can say what is the width of the incoming message. How many characters can I specify here? I can say this has 150 characters. And I can say that this particular field is mandatory whenever someone is submitting a ticket. When someone is submitting a query, rather. I don't say it as a ticket or something, but I say it as a query. So when someone does that, we can actually make these things mandatory or not mandatory. So title Mr. and Mrs. and then I can say first name and last name. I want the last name. Or I'm not saying that it is mandatory. And then let us say the first name. And then we can also put in the city from which they are calling you. So by doing this, what you can do is all these fields will be visible for the customer whenever they click on that link. And you have to ensure that this enable online checkbox is there. Only when you have this checked, then you will be able to generate a link for this particular form that we are submitting now. Then you can scroll down and a detailed message. You can type in the detailed message for our ease. Let us say we are actually typing the same message. And then you can set up your appearances like what would be the color theme on that particular thing. And then you can set up what's going to be the font. Let's say open signs and then button alignment. Do you want it at the center or left? Let's say it left for now. And you can select the logo and all this. So once you create your own customer online case form, I think there are some preferences here. Just a moment. We have to get into the support preferences also. I think how come we don't have the support preference? Actually, we are supposed to have the support preference also. Let's see this. There is a redirect website where you can specify where exactly does this have to go. So that is what I'm checking for. Give me a second. We have a support preference enabled. We will have a support preference also. Why is it not visible? Maybe they have not given us access to that and that's the reason it is not visible here. This support preference was supposed to be under the sales and oh, there you go. Sorry, I didn't see this. There you go. This is the same support preference I was looking for. So default case forms and the customer and all these things. And then under the external, you would have to specify what is the URL mentioned here. It's fine. This looks good. So let's go back to here. What was the error that we were getting? Enter the value for URL for linking to form from your website. Value for L. What is the value for URL? There you go. I think this is what it's asking for. Let's go here. External. Put this URL in the online customer form also. And then let's try to save it now. One company name. It says after specifying your first name and last name, you're supposed to have a company name as well, which is mandatory in this form. That's what it's saying. So let us put in the company name also and then we'll save it as mandatory. So let us make company name as mandatory and we'll save it. So once this form is saved, there would be a URL which gets saved in the external tab. This external tab was not there earlier for us. So this is the URL publishable form of URL that we are talking about. So what customers do is they actually mask this. Instead of putting the link as is NetSuite and all, they mask this and submit a query or submit your case or something like that. So if you open this, you will be able to see all those first name, last name titles that we have set up over there. Whatever is mandatory will have asterisk over there. So let's do this. That's my email ID, I said. Let's say company name. This is how I do it here. You can actually specify two different messages. I have put in the same message for you over here, but you can specify two different messages. Like, the first one is enter your details, and then at the bottom, our support rep will get in touch with you shortly, something like that. So once you click on submit, this is how the online case form is actually generated. Now this is getting relook. When I have done a redirect. Under the custom code, I've put in a redirect. So it is getting redirected to my website. I said, Ramsey.com, some website I've specified. So it's getting redirected to that. Now what exactly happened to that case? Now a case is actually submitted, but we do not know where is that. So where can you see that? When you go into your list, support and cases. Here the case is submitted. This is my case 01. You see this. So when I click on view, I would be able to see who is submitting this. So it's actually the subject. The title is subject. I thought maybe the Mr. and Mrs. that we're talking about, but subject is. You can specify what the subject is, whoever is submitting the case. And then if you scroll down, you will see the communication. I need to know about so and so product. This has come in as a message for me. Now what happens when you get a case like this? So you can actually edit this case and then assign this case to a support representative. As of now, I'm not able to assign. The reason behind this is there is nobody within my NetSuite system who can be a support representative. So what can I do? I can go into my employee list. This is my employee list. Edit this. I can go in here, and once you go in here, you can make this employee as a support representative. And where can you make it? I'll show you. He can be your sales rep. He can be your project resource. He can be your support rep also. There you go. So this is how you can assign somebody to be a support representative or a sales representative or a project resource. When you go into your employee record, so now what I can do is let me save this. I'll save this employee record. Let's close down this. Go back to my case, refresh it. And when I refresh it, you see this is available as a support representative now. So I can assign this case to Kishore manually and save it. So what Kishore will do now is he will change the status of this case while he starts working on it. He can change the status to in progress, escalated, and all these things. And where exactly do you have all these things listed down? Like what is the case priority? High, medium, low. What is the case status? What is your contact? All these things is the master data which will be listed on the support tickets. What is the master data? Go to support. Sorry, set up support and you see this. You have your case statuses. You have your case priorities. You have case types, case origin types, case issues. All these things are the fields that you can see here. See, this origin is already there. Type is there. What is if it's a concern or if it is a case? Issue has not been created yet, and that is the reason I don't see it in the drop-down. So let me open up this case status for you. This is the case status. Not started is my order. The first order, which is open stage. You can actually create your own statuses as well. Not started and progress escalated, reopened, closed. All these are the different statuses which NetSuite gives by default. So you can create your own status as well. Let's say assigned. You can have another case status like assigned. If you have assigned this particular case to somebody, then you can change the progress to assign. After not started, probably you can create another one saying that I want this as a sign and you can change the order on that. All you have to do is click on new and then you got to mention what is your order number and insert before. I can insert that before in progress and this could be my assign. That's it. So when you save it, you got it, insert it before this. So when I go into my case and when I refresh it, now instead of in progress, I will see the assigned status as well. That is my second status because I have assigned it to Kishore. So when Kishore starts picking up the ticket, he will change that to in progress and start working on it. And what is work? The work is simple. You go down, you see what is the customer query. You need to know about XYZ product. And then you can reply, product is mobile phone, 8 GB RAM, 100 TB, something like that. All this can be actually done. You can insert a solution and then when you click on save, you can send to customer. When you click on save and you can copy the employees over here and then click on save. Once that is done, a new message will pop, will be appearing here saying that you have actually sent a message to the customer. So as of now, I may not be able to send it because my email address that I have mentioned in my is not the one I just said. So this is what the work is. Author. Who is the author? Kish. What is the message? This I have sent it. Has the email been sent? Are there any attachments? So you can attach those things as well. And these are the activities in your case files. You can create a new task. You can create a new log. You got a new phone call. Maybe you did not send an email. Rather, you have specified you have called this customer and explained what thing is. So you can click on this new phone call. Enter whatever the communication is done on that phone call. What is the subject? What is the end time? How many minutes have you spoken? What is the start time? What is the end time? This can be done. And what is the message that you've given to the client? All these can be noted down in your support ticket. Any questions on this so far? Do you have any? That's great. So this is how the support tickets actually work. Now, whatever you see here, the status, medium priority, quick note, help desk case issue type, everything is a master data which is already set up in the system. So let us close status list. So this is case priority and high, medium, low. We can close that as well. What is your case type? It could be a question. It could be a concern. It would be a problem. It would be a query. You can actually specify a new case type as a product query, maybe. Something like this. You can save it. That becomes your case type. Now, if you close this, you have your case origin types. Whether it's a web, it has come through a web or an email or a phone or other sources, or any other source, maybe a newspaper, an ad. Where has it come from? You can actually specify. And the best part about this is that if you go into your online case form, if I can edit this, you can actually bring in all those things here as well. Case origin. You see this case origin is there. So case origin will be a list which will get automatically from the system. And then you can have your case priority. Case type. You can have your case type. So all these will be available as a list. You see this select option. Whenever you see that a select, it means the option is already available within the system. And you just have to select. The customer has to select what is the case origin, case status, case type. Now, when they select all these things, it gets defaulted on your case form directly. The status, the priority, the case type, the case issue, the origin. Everything gets saved automatically within the case that has been created. So case issue list. As of now, there is no issue list at all. So I can create one. Issue list. Test something like that. I can create one. And I can put in that case issue list in my online case form as well. Case issue list. Is it not there? I don't know if it's called as issue. Something. I don't know if it's there, it's there. If it's not there, then that's fine. So this is how you actually define your online case form. Now after doing this, now this person, whoever has put in this case, is not in my system. Did I specify a company name over there? I don't remember specifying the company name. I think it automatically took in the company name. I don't know. I didn't specify this company name at least. Yes, it took automatically. You didn't specify. but it was a mandatory field that I have created. So it should have asked me. I don't know. So what happens when you know if there is a new contact that gets created within the system? So if the company name is not matching, then it would automatically create a lead within the system for me. So I can go into the lead. I can go into the leads and see that. So this is the one which got created as anonymous customer for me now. The reason it got created as anonymous customer is I have not specified the company name, and that's the reason it is showing us anonymous customer. So you can actually change this to your company name, whatever company. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.